2 years ago, I gave you the full tour of this Explorer yacht off the French coast. Since then, nearly 70,000 of you have joined this channel, so this time I'm coming back to show you what she costs to charter. For 45 years, this bridge belonged to Dutch Navy cadets, learning to survive the North Sea, not to guests on a charter holiday. Her hull is 30mm of solid steel built for that job, and after decades of hard service, it had corroded by just 1mm. Down here, a single Caterpillar diesel still does the work the Navy once trusted her with. The companion article for this video goes a lot deeper into her story and into what she actually costs to charter. It's free to read, and if you'd like the next one landing straight in your inbox, that's exactly what my newsletter's for. Scan the QR code on your screen now or head to the link pinned in the comments or the video description. Step onto the bridge and you can still feel it. Warm wood paneling wrapped right around the console screens and switches set into that timber. Big arched windows flooding the space with light, and a wraparound helm built for someone who actually had to work from here. For 45 years, this was the command point of Princess Marguerite, a Dutch merchant navy training ship built in 1966. Cadets from the Willem Barents Maritime Institute stood right here, learning to read the North Sea before they were trusted with anything bigger. When Jan Verkerk bought her in 2002 and spent 3 years turning her into Sherakhan, he kept the philosophy that trained those cadets. One engine, a Caterpillar 3512B DITA at 1380 horsepower, exactly as the Navy ran her. So when you're paying $595,000 a week to charter her, that single engine bridge isn't a compromise. It's 45 years of Navy discipline, still doing the job it was built for. Next, let's have a look around the vast master suite. I think you'll be impressed. And remember, if you've got access to a boat you'd like me to feature on my YouTube channel or in my newsletter, then please feel free to get in touch. From the master cabin, you can get quick and easy direct access out onto the upper deck through that door. But let me show you in here. It is absolutely stunning. As you can see, as you'd expect with a master cabin, the views are absolutely out of this world. Just look at how many windows you've got over there. Over on the starboard side, you've got a place where you can sit down and relax, enjoy your morning coffee or your evening coffee, depending on which way you prefer. But look, even if we check out the view over here on the starboard side, you can see it is really easy to connect with your surroundings anywhere you stand in this amazing area. Nice big bed there, amidships, right on the center line. We can move over here, over onto the port side, and I pan aft. You've got an area where you can sit down here, have a chat with your partner, decide what you're going to do for the day. The TV on the bulkhead over there as well. Over here on the port side is where we find a walk-in closet. So plenty of space, plenty of room to keep everything you're going to want to take with you on your charter of a lifetime. We head aft over on the port side, you can find one of the en-suites here. I mean, look at that bath, that really is spectacular. Just imagine sitting in there, enjoying that view, that big window. Head back out into the master cabin, turn around and face aft. That you can see as we walk through this door, you've got a study, an owner's study, look at that. So if you do find yourself having to catch up with some emails whilst you're away on your charter, it's a great place to do your work uninterrupted for a couple of hours, if that's what you decide you need to do whilst you're away. Next, let's have a look around the exterior spaces on the upper decks. This covered lounging area sits right at the stern, teak underfoot and a curved banquet built into the corner. Wicker sofas dressed in white cushions surround a white table shaped like a small boat hull, a detail that tells you someone thought about this space rather than just filling it with furniture. Moving aft along the port side deck, you pass the base of her funnel, cased in the same glossy white as the rest of the superstructure. This whole upper structure, 60 tons of aluminium replacing the 200 tons of steel that came off her during the 2002 conversion, is why she can carry open decks like this one so high above the water without the top-heavy look Jan Verkek was trying to avoid. As we move aft, the sun deck opens up under a curved stainless steel guardrail, teak planking sweeping around the bow in the same pattern you find on every other deck aboard her. It is the kind of open space that gets used for sunset watching more than anything else, standing room with nothing between you and the blue sky. Here is where an oval spa pool takes centre stage. Its water agitated by jets and framed in dark varnished wood. This space, along with a second jacuzzi, a massage room and sauna upgrades elsewhere on the boat, came out of a 2022 refit when the wellness side of the boat expanded significantly. Aft of the pool, a round table surrounded by rattan chairs sits under cream canvas biminis with a curved bar built into the corner behind it. This is al fresco dining and drinks, shaded rather than closed in, built for guests eating outside rather than retreating indoors. A wet bar and a built-in grill turn the same deck into an outdoor galley, stainless fittings set into teak and white cabinetry, so the crew can cook and serve without ever leaving the open air. Further aft is where we find the wave runners under fitted covers, cradled and ready for launch. A reminder that for all the lounging space, this is still a working expedition yacht with a job to do at anchor. As we move forward along the starboard side deck, rows of sun loungers line the deck, rolled towels waiting on each one, and a rainfall deck shower sits built into the bulkhead nearby. It is a lot of outdoor space for a boat of this size, spread across several decks rather than crammed onto one, and every part of it still runs on the same steel hull those Dutch cadets trained on 60 years ago. As we continue forward along the starboard side, passing the entry into the wheelhouse, we finish where we began this part of the boat tour just a few minutes ago. I'm not sure about you, but I would be more than happy sat here with a couple of drinks whilst underway or at anchor. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Next up, let's go and have a look around the spa. A curved staircase leads down from the deck above, wood veneer panelling on every surface, a metal handrail following the turn of the steps, and small lights set into the treads themselves. At the bottom, a corridor opens out, deep burgundy panels lining the walls, and a backlit piece of artwork set into the recess on one side. Through the door, the spa area begins with a curved surface counter with folded towels, soap dispensers and a stainless sink. This is the Balinese themed spa added during her 2022 refit, carried through in bamboo patterned wall coverings, a carved standing figure and warm low-level lighting. A round jacuzzi sits at the centre of the room, bordered by a ring of POW pebbles, rolled towels and two upholstered chairs nearby, each holding a towel of the same kind. Next door, a wet room continues the same materials, wood panelling and pebble textured tile around a walk-in shower. A washroom leads off from here, fitted with a vessel-style basin set into a thick timber counter, bamboo rods forming the backsplash. Further along, a very relaxing treatment room is lit with candles and downlights, and this is probably where you would find me if I were lucky enough to charter this amazing vessel. Once you finish your massage and before you head back into the jacuzzi, why not step across onto the other side of the spa and head into the sauna? Could this actually be the best spa on an Explorer super yacht? Let me know what you think in the comments. The whole spa deck sits as its own dedicated space, separate from the cabins and the saloon. Her crew of 19 includes spa staff, so a massage or a treatment isn't something guests need to arrange in advance. It's simply there whenever anyone wants to use it. After an afternoon in the spa, guests come up into her main dining saloon, spanning 2 levels around the same atrium. On the table, crayons and colouring pages wait at one end for the captain's son and my son and daughter, a small touch from a crew who think ahead. When you are enjoying a luxury charter aboard a vessel like Sherakhan, then you might not be too interested in the engine room. However, it would be rude not to head down into the beating heart of this incredible Explorer yacht. I also have a feeling that some guests might be curious, but perhaps a bit hesitant when it comes to asking to have a look around the engine room. So join me as I show you around. One control panel, that's it. Sherakhan runs on a single engine, not a pair, so there's no matching panel next to this one. These gauges track oil pressure, water temperature, fuel and exhaust temperature, and that little digital counter keeps a running total of our hours. Step back and you get the scale of this engine. It fills most of the room and is painted the same pale off-white as everything else down here, wrapped in its own maze of pipes and hoses. That column running up through the middle is exhaust piping wrapped in white lagging to handle the heat. The staining near the joints is just years of wear and is completely normal. This is her Caterpillar 3512B. Jan Verkerk kept her on this one engine instead of fitting a pair because Dutch cadets had trained on single engine operation for 45 years and he didn't see a reason to change what already worked. She cruises at 11 knots with a range of around 3,500 nautical miles. The stainless steel staircase drops down to a lower level on the same space. Checker plate flooring underfoot, built for grip, not looks, and more machinery waiting below. As we are here, why don't we go and check out the shaft that propels this amazing vessel through the water. Above the doorway, the sign reads "to be kept closed at sea," and that marks the threshold into the next compartment. Beyond it, a narrow passage runs aft with a polished shaft that runs the full length of this space. Spare electric motors sit on a shelf overhead and coiled hoses hang neatly along the wall. This is a working corridor, built for the crew who keep her running, and obviously not for the guests she carries. It's strange to think that the boat you've just seen from the bridge to the engine room spent 45 years as a training ship for Dutch Navy cadets. One man's vision changed all of that. Jan Verkerk saw a working hull that had barely corroded after 4.5 decades of hard service, and instead of scrapping her, he spent 3 years turning her into Sherakhan, one of the largest and most capable explorer yachts on the charter market today, as far as I'm aware. She charters from $595,000 a week, though that doesn't include the APA or the crew gratuity, and once you add those in, the real cost looks a bit different. I've done the full breakdown, including what that works out to be per guest, in the free companion article that goes with this video. Link in the description and also pinned in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Please don't forget to give the video a like and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.